Welcome back. The holiday season is officially upon us. Joining us for a discussion on ways you can manage your finances and become a smart shopper this holiday season is Senior Tax Partner for Commission ENT LLC, Jeffrey Almanzar. Jeffrey, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, I want to start off just by talking about your organization, Commission ENT LLC. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So, my firm is a boutique firm here in New York City, and we have two locations, one in Inwood and one in Riverdale, in the Bronx. And we basically specialize in personal taxes and business taxes and business advice and startups.
So I want to start talking about, this holiday season, as I mentioned. Why is it crucial for Bronxites to put a microscope on their spending habits as we enter the holiday season?
So it's definitely a lot more crucial now than ever before, being that we just came from a very huge awakening moment with this pandemic where you want to budget yourself as much as possible. You want to be able to make a Christmas list, know who you are giving gifts to, try not to overspend, and maybe you could really take inventory of who's important in your life. I don't want you to start, deleting family members, but definitely want to start, restricting that long list of gifts. Maybe keep it to 6 months or 1 year relationship with someone that you've been in contact with, and probably not be too concerned with people you haven't spoke in a year or two, and just keep it at that small, make a lot of smaller circles, going forward.
So it seems every year the holiday season starts earlier and earlier. As you can see, you're kind of ready for the holiday season. Do you think this puts a lot of pressure on people to spend more than they usually would?
Yeah, I mean, going back to your Christmas list, you definitely want to take time to just shop, and not feel pressure. There's a lot of mental, sickness going on right now, and the stress of making sure you get everyone for Christmas. So take your time, enjoy your friends and family, and make sure that you're enjoying the holidays, and just buy a few things that I wouldn't take it so seriously, and you definitely have a lot of people with much anxiety, a lot of people going into these big shopping malls, and you see them all over the news, and there's fights and people stressed out, trying to shop and get that last item, so I would advise people to just enjoy themselves, and enjoy the holiday spirit, and try to keep their expenses at a minimum.
I feel like I also want to touch on like a really important thing you said prior to this, but you said like reusing some of your old decorations because we do feel like, oh, we want to decorate as soon as possible, which is super fun, but it can be costly. So can we quickly just talk about like being reusing things that you already have to save money?
Absolutely. So as you can see, my tree in the background here, and a lot of my decorations, I pretty much try to store in put them back in the box, store it in the closet, and just bring it out every year. And it's fun. You start decorating. The children love it. It gives your house this warm feeling. So all you can do is just add little things or replace things that broke, I guess, from year to year. But that's another way that you can save a lot of money, is by reusing a lot of your old decorations, and I start right after Halloween. So you have a full November, December, January. You got 4 months, you got almost a whole season where you can use your decorations, and then get into spring. So yeah, that's a great idea to save a lot of money on decorations, absolutely.
So I want to talk a little bit like going back to how the season starts earlier and earlier. We see this like a similar thing with Black Friday deals. Big companies are having Black Friday sales all month long to avoid crowds during the pandemic. Do you think this will encourage consumers to spend more throughout the month, or could it be used to save money?
Um, I definitely see the benefit from these stores starting at a earlier time because it expands the shopping experience in the time period where you don't have this influx of people trying to shop at a narrower time to shop for the sales. So it's a double-edged sword, so people are spending less time with their families at home because they're out shopping. There's people that I don't think they spend an hour at Thanksgiving in the dining table. They're already making a line, prior to them expanding this Black Friday spending, so I think it's a good thing, for the expansion of the Black Friday sales. As far as finding deals, I really don't feel like Black Friday gives you the best deals. I think they pretty much pinpoint certain items that they're gonna have a limited amount of. And if you're there, first come, first serve, then you'll get a great deal. But I honestly feel that with so much technology and information that you have access to, if you're a smart consumer, you should be able to do your own research. And they also have apps that you can download, and you can literally scan the barcode of a product that you like, and it will show you all the different stores that they have this particular product for a cheaper price and at a particular time, and if they have it available. So there's so much technology right now that us as consumers, we have access to get the best deals wherever we want, and we can even go and compare at a store and get a price match. So I think all year round, if you're a savvy consumer, you should be able to get great deals and work that that negotiation muscle, and get into trying to get the best deal from these salespeople. So Black Friday, you can definitely get a few deals if you're in there early, but I wouldn't say that that's the best way to get the best deal around the year.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that because I always wonder, like, do you actually save that much, or is it just kind of an illusion? So I'm really happy that you touched on that. My next question is, when offering gifts, we often think about things that are materialistic, like something that you'll buy, during Black Friday. But what are some alternative gifts people can offer during the holiday season?
So definitely right now there's an influx of small businesses. There's a lot of people right now that are starting side gigs, and they're offering services, they're making products at home, they're creating, needs, for people that they can take advantage of, or let's say it's childcare services or tutoring services or cleaning services. So that's one alternative is to barter gifts. Why don't I take care of your kids for the weekend, and you go ahead and take your wife on the date, and then another thing you can do is also, instead of giving gifts, you can also share experiences. Go out, go and experience an event, go out to a show and go skating, bowling. Now that we spend so much time at home, going out and spending time with loved ones is probably a better gift than anything material at this point. I think people have shopped till they dropped for the past 2 years that all I saw was Amazon boxes everywhere I went. Just people just ordering stuff like insane. So I think people are already at a point where they feel like material things don't make them happy. I feel like they realized that during the pandemic, and now having memories and going out to events is probably a much better alternative, than material things.
So, with the pressure to have so many different things, for the holiday season, even though it can be joyous, it can be stressful. How can people begin budgeting their money to avoid this financial stress?
Um, I would definitely take inventory of your monthly expenses. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're paying your bills, you're paying your rent, you're paying your light, you have your food, clothes, and definitely you want to go ahead and make your savings a non-negotiable as well. And make sure you have an emergency fund where, with this economy being so volatile where anyone can lose their job, you want to make sure that you can sustain yourself for 6 to 8 months and have that in a savings account. And then other than that, if you have some money left over, then you could just try to divide that amongst whoever it is that you want to give gifts to. Another alternative is that during the holiday seasons, there's an influx of jobs and side jobs that you can probably pick up, an extra shift or work at a lounge or at an event or catering or anything. A lot of these big box retail stores are hiring people for the holidays. So you can create some sort of fund for gift giving. This little side gig is for that. But I definitely would refrain from taking any type of loan, using any type of credit cards, and just staying on budget. Making sure that you're always contributing to your savings, you're paying your bills, and that you're not putting yourself into more debt with these holidays coming up.
And then I really want to know, how are small businesses affected by the rush of shopping in regards to the holidays?
Well, right now in particular, a lot of these businesses are suffering from imports and exports where they're not receiving merchandise on time. There's a backup of maybe 3 to 4 months where they're not able to get their product on time. So right now, a lot of small businesses are partnering up with other small businesses. They're sharing products and services. So I would definitely, support the local businesses. You definitely want them to stay strong and you be able to keep their doors open because they're what make your community. The moment that your small businesses are not around, that's when crime starts coming in. You start seeing abandoned buildings, and it it's it's bad for everyone. You want to make sure that your businesses are up and running, and there's a sense of community. When you go in there and the corner store clerk and everybody by name, it gives you that sense of belonging and community. So you definitely want to keep your small businesses alive. So I would spread it out. You find something in the big box stores you go, but also support the small businesses as well. So they're definitely struggling at this point. So I would definitely consider helping other small businesses.
All right, Jeffrey, thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell people where they can stay in touch with you?
Sure. So they can find me on my Instagram page, which is Commission Tax, and on the website, which is commissiontax.com. And from there, you should be able to find all our other contacts and all our other members of our firm. And we're definitely looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys and helping you. And this is what we like to do. We like to help people reach their goals and try to not make a budget so painful. Just put you in the right direction and help you maintain your goals for every stage of your life, practically. Mhm.
All right. That's all for our show today. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kim and Aline, wishing you and yours safety and wellness now and always. See you next time.